everyone, Matt Diorio here from Crashing Game Night. We are going to do an unboxing now of the Ultra Sabers Dark Catalyst. This is something you've heard me talk about on the podcast that I ordered myself a lightsaber. I wanted the Ultra Saber just because I like the hilt. And from a cost wise, it was actually a little bit cheaper than some of the other ones out there like Kyber and whatnot. So it comes in a nice, box. It was about, I think they classify it as like a 4-inch by 4-inch by 48-inch box, if you look at what FedEx says on it. So the first thing is that there is a little kind of like a thank you package here. So they give you a little thank you for choosing Ultra Sabers. Gives you a little information about the batteries, depending on if you go with a standard AA battery setup or the lithium ion rechargeable battery setup. From a cost perspective, since this is my first ever custom saber, I just went with just a standard AA setup on that. Looks like they've got a couple of business cards in here for ultrasabers.com and then saberforum.com as well, which is their kind of like forum for everybody to get together and talk about lightsabers. I did order the little wrench. This will allow me to take the blade off if I want to just display the hilt without the blade on it. So let's go ahead and crack this thing. So the first thing I noticed when we got this is that they bubble wrap the entire thing when they put it in. So I've seen some of those other sabers out there, especially ones you can get from like Amazon and stuff like that. They just come in a tube. So there's no way to really, they're not really packaged for transport, especially nowadays. We know everything with COVID is shipped now, mostly USPS, FedEx, and whatnot. So when I unroll this, first thing I notice is this has got some decent weight to it, but it's not too heavy to where you are not able to do anything with this. So with the Dark Catalyst, it's got the prongs up the top. As you can see, there is the little wrench, so I can pop this thing off. There is the hilt design. There's kind of like the end on it that has some of the speaker sound on it. Now, the nice thing with this saber is because it's MHS, I can get a coupler for this and actually get a second Dark Catalyst and make it into a double blade, which will be super nice. That's my next project, whether we, I just got to save up a little bit for the next one. I went with a non-illuminated black trigger just to match the hilt. For me, I'm very much about the aesthetics of it. So for me, I love the blade. The nice thing is up here, I love the fact is it's got just a notch right below the emitter to where I can hold my hand. And then here's for my second hand and holding the blade. Whereas a lot of the sabers out there, there's not really a piece there around the torch and the emitter piece to really hold the blade. So a lot of people are holding it up right next to the emitter, which honestly in a Star Wars universe, if it was real, you would actually be seeing it. Might lose some figures that way. So nice thing is right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the light so you guys can see. We're gonna light this thing up. It is a very, very bright blade. It does come with a second mode. So you can hear it for like crackling and stuff like that. But it's very balanced. That's the other nice thing I love about these blades. And then when you turn on the lights again, right, it's still pretty bright in the light. You just can't tell that it is an actual green blade. And then for this, all I gotta do is hold it down for 3 seconds and it'll power down the blade. So ultimately, for my first time going with Ultra Sabers, I love the quality. This thing is fantastic. And I would honestly recommend actually going with them. They do have some budget sabers to where they don't have the soundboards in them. They're more like stunt sabers that they won't light up at all, that are fairly cheap. They also have a grab bag where you kind of just get a random hilt. You can kind of tell them, hey, if you want a soundboard, what color, very, very basic, just a grab bag setup. Or you can actually go with customs. Now, the nice thing is about with the MHS blades is that if I wanted to, which after seeing this, I'm not going to, I love this emitter, but I can get different emitters for it. You can get different ends for the blade as well. Like I mentioned about wanting to go with a double blade. The one I'm going to go with for a coupler is actually a quick release coupler. So it actually will make this like the original Darth Maul design, which prior to production, the blade was originally supposed to just separate into two, and he was actually going to be able to dual wield that or put them together in his double blade staff. Of course, we all know from episode 1, it ended up being one solid piece that, well, of course, Obi-Wan broke in half. But that being said, I love this quality. I plan to order again from them. They do have deals of the days and stuff like that. So if you're interested in going, check them out. It is ultrasabers.com. So you got to make sure it's SABERS.com. And go check them out. They've got a lot of things on there. It did take, just for a warning, on a lot of their blades, the hilts and everything, it is a 3 to 4 week lead time. I ordered this day after Christmas and it arrived today. So pretty much 3 weeks from the time that I ordered it is when I'm actually receiving it. So that's pretty nice to me that these are fabricated from a solid, from aluminum and whatnot. So anyways, definitely thank you for checking out this unboxing. If you have any questions, make sure to leave them in the comments, or you can go on over to crashinggamenight.com, hit the podcast tab, and leave us a voicemail, and we can answer it for you directly on the podcast, which we are doing live now, Thursday nights, 9:30 p.m. Eastern time, over on twitch.tv/crashinggamenight. As always, guys, be excellent to each other and stay frosty.